How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am sick. But we have rank 3 Miles Morales. If you're seeing this, that means you have your own rank 3 SIG, well, not rank 3, your own SIG 200 Miles Morales waiting for you in the game as a gift, as they announced on the live stream. And I took mine up to rank 3 in the CCP server. I did not want to do rank 4. I wanted to save rank 4 for my channel if he ends up winning the vote in my thank you video. So go check that out if you haven't. But essentially, we are just going to be fighting some champions. And I'm sorry, my voice is my throat is so scratchy. I'm almost going to make this video, but I'm going to try to make it because I'm excited for this. Yours will have a iridescent glow to his profile picture, I think. I'm excited to kind of see how that looks in game. Like, is it going to be in the fight like this? Is it going to be just on the you know, the champion selection or roster screen? How far is that holographic effect going to be, you know, present and felt? Now I'm just showing you some of my I just fought a bunch of people just so you could see what he could do, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on him. Basically, I think he's just a solid science champion. I think the one thing holding him back, if we want to get the negatives out of the way, is that he doesn't have any immunities. And a lot of the fights I was doing with him kind of required that Spider-Man 2099 relic at the bare minimum, so that he becomes immune to his own dex buffs. Because without that, I mean, I'd be getting melted and nullified and staggered all the time. But he also doesn't have any immunities, so that's also very sad. And he also has no resistance to like degen or anything. But what he does have is 100% unblockable miss, as long as they don't have a true passive, I believe. And he does hit like a truck. One other negative I will say is one of the missions feels like it's probably going to be kind of useless in Battlegrounds, because you have to take block damage for one of the missions, unless there's something I'm missing. But yeah, you have to take block damage for one of them, and these are rank 4 champions, and you can kind of tell that the block damage is pretty heavy on a lot of these fights. Yeah, but the miss is pretty cool. Like I said, it's 100% miss against unblockable attacks. So someone like America Chavez or Rentra, I think Enchantress has some. Let's see, Dragon Man. I think, does Dragon Man have some? There was someone else. Oh, Mangog. Mangog has a lot. So there's a lot of unblockable in these Mystic class, but there's also a lot of unblockable all around the game. It's just unfortunately with champions like Serpent, they get the true sense, and because like with Serpent it'd be really great, right? Because a lot of his attacks are unblockable, from what I remember. So that would have been cool, but you know, no, he has the miss mechanic, so unfortunately it doesn't work for some of those. Thinking about some of the matchups he could probably take, I mean, he could probably take a decent amount. It's just this. It's just the chip damage that's kind of the worry, and I'm sure you're seeing it now in some of these fights. But I think, you know, as a fun first free champion, he's very, very good. And I believe he's going to, you know, everyone who's Thronebreaker up. Is that correct? I think it is. I think he might be good against Deathless Thanos. Would it be good against Deathless Thanos? I don't really remember. That's pretty much this whole kit. You just do these missions, and for each mission you get a Fury, and then it restarts. You won't have to worry about his SIG ability because you'll have him at SIG 200. The SIG ability takes care of the Fury potency and having to take or do so you can do multiple missions to get multiple Furies throughout the fight. So, oh my gosh, my throat, it's killing me. But yeah, I've always kind of liked this champion. I don't really have too much negative to say. It's just where would he be in the hierarchy of science champions? Oh man, there's just too many good ones. I don't know. probably middle of the road. Again, hits like a truck, has some decent safeguards, I guess, but for the most part, as you're seeing in some of these fights, you're probably not going to be using him for a lot. He's not immune to anything, no poison immunity, no degen immunity. And by the time the fight's done, a lot of times you might be chipped down. I mean, it just depends on how many mistakes you make and if you go for the block mission, which I wish there was another way to complete that, but there just isn't, as far as I can tell. I think it's just do blocks. I don't know if there's like a cheesy way to do that, but yeah, I think it's just well-timed blocks count as 3, so that kind of helps. But whatever, man, whatever. And on that point about Deathless Thanos, I don't think he would be, because here's something I think maybe would have been beneficial. I don't know if this is controversial, but if they switched out that taunt with a slow on his heavy, I think he'd be much, much better. I think a lot of the problems with, you know, some science champions is, I think just not having slow in your kit is just, or some kind of slow, you know, or unstoppable, you know, some way to ignore unstoppable or prevent it. Nowadays, man, it's just a huge, huge blow just to a lot of champions. You know, whether that's just putting a buff immunity on them like Nico or anything like that. Just even with Mr. Knight, one of the new champions, I have him at rank 4. He has no way to prevent slow, and it's so prevalent in the game. I don't think you realize how many champions go unstoppable, dude. So many go unstoppable that it's like, man, if only my favorite character had a slow, or some way to turn it off or make it disappear or something so they can ignore it. But, you know, staying on Miles, that's kind of the problem he's probably going to have, is he's not going to have slow. So that means he's going to have to deal with unstoppable and evade. That he has taunt, which is good. It's good. It's a potent taunt. It's just like, I don't know, I found myself like sometimes wishing he just had a completely different debuff, because some of the fights did take a little while, even at rank 3. But you're going to see a lot of gameplay from people using him in really smart ways, and being able to use him, you know, in like Abyss and that kind of stuff. Probably just doing really big numbers. But I just think in a you know, a sensible, logical way of using him in the game, you know, he's lacking some of that utility that's pretty much required nowadays. So I don't know how many fights I got in. I think I'm kind of done talking about him. I'm really excited for him to come in the game, especially since he's launching with that holographic icon or whatever it is. But yeah, I hope this, you know, if you're curious about the champion, I hope this helped. Hope to see, you know, what he can do. Again, please keep in mind these are no nodes. There's no nodes here. And these are just me going in, just fighting, okay? I wasn't like, you know, I was trying my best to line up the missions, but I wasn't like, you know, locked in to like every single mission. So there's a lot of great people who are probably going to be using him in the community. Go check them out. See what he can do at his max potential. But overall, it's probably a little underwhelming, but he does hit like a truck. And so if you're just looking for an excuse to finally rank up Miles Morales, I think this is good enough. I mean, this is probably the only time they're ever going to give us a SIG 200 champion for free. So that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. My throat is on fire. I'm sorry. Enjoy your new Miles Morales, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Y'all, take care.